because we have ports, because we have access to materials, because of our low cost of doing business, we are best situated to lead this next generation of chip manufacturing.
Texas is becoming the semiconductor making hub of the United States, with 6 chip-making plants on board. What do you think made Texas become the chip-making capital of the United States? Does this development have any geopolitical significance apart from gains on the economic front? Let's dig a little deep into this topic. Supply chain interruptions in the semiconductor industry during the pandemic alarmed leaders in the sector and their Texas allies. The state is now trying to seize the chance presented by the lessons it has learned over the last 3 years. In an effort to draw in fresh capital, land lucrative federal grants, and generate thousands of well-paying jobs over the following 10 years, Texas is investing $1.4 billion in microchip research and manufacturing programs. Samsung, the South Korean conglomerate, is investing $17 billion to construct a semiconductor production plant on a 1,200-acre parcel of property in a little town 30 miles north of Austin, Texas. The largest new chip investment in Texas is being made by Texas Instruments, which is a 4-hour drive to the north in the city of Sherman. These things weren't a coincidence. Due to a mix of cheap taxes and new subsidies, Texas has become the location to do business as chip makers shift their manufacturing to the United States as a result of the geopolitical tensions between China and Taiwan. What links the China-Taiwan issue and Texas chip-making industry? According to the CEO of one of Taiwan's top microchip manufacturers, a military battle over Taiwan would cripple the supply chain of essential semiconductors, sending the world economy decades back. The most sophisticated microchips in the world, which are the brains of everything from cell phones and modern cars to artificial intelligence and fighter planes, are produced in Taiwan, a self-governing democracy 100 miles off the coast of China. Although it has not specified a timetable for doing so, China has declared Taiwan to be part of its territory and stated that it is willing to use force to seize control of the island. Although President Joe Biden has often said he would intervene to defend Taiwan, the US officially avoids war but adopts a neutral attitude. Min Woo, the founder and CEO of Taiwanese chipmaker Macronix, stated that if the sector were to be disrupted by a military conflict, the effect on the world economy would be huge. Thus, the US has revamped its chip production, and Texas is now leading the country to avoid a semiconductor shortage in the near future. There has been more than 50 new US semiconductor projects reported, totaling more than $210 billion since the $52 billion CHIPS and Science Act was first launched in 2020. 6 projects totaling more than 8,000 employees are estimated to generate more than $61 billion in Texas alone. Because we have ports, because we have access to materials, because of our low cost of doing business, we are best situated to lead the next generation of chip manufacturing, Republican Texas government Greg Abbott told CNBC in an interview in April this year. Abbott officially enacted the Texas CHIPS Act in June. It set aside $1.4 billion for chip manufacturers to locate in Texas and for universities to fund the construction of relevant R&D facilities. The Texas CHIPS Act, which will establish the Texas Semiconductor Innovation Fund in June 2023 and provide matching funds to universities and other state entities investing in chip design or manufacturing projects, was approved by Governor Greg Abbott in June 2023. This year, lawmakers allocated $698.3 million for the new fund, as well as an extra $666.4 million for the establishment of cutting-edge research and development centers at Texas A&M University and the University of Texas in Austin. The investment demonstrates the state's dedication to the national competition for federal funds for the industry worth billions of dollars. President Joe Biden signed the Federal Chips and Science Act in August of last year, investing $52 billion to support domestic semiconductor production. The law aims to promote private investment in the industry by providing companies with subsidies for new or expanded production facilities, as well as for new R&D initiatives. According to industry analysis, states have had play a part in the federal government strategy, particularly in terms of the creation and training of the required personnel. Texas also stands out on a national level because it's already one of the strongest semiconductor ecosystems. What is the Federal Chips Act? The Federal Chips Act aims to promote the reshoring of semiconductor production or the relocation of chip factories domestically. The United States is significantly dependent on imports of chips, particularly from Taiwan and South Korea. Alarms have also been raised regarding the potential impact of a Chinese invasion of Taiwan, a region that has proclaimed its independence and has its own government, but which Beijing still views as part of China. This invasion may have a negative influence on the supply of semiconductors. Recently, Texas operations have expanded at Samsung, Texas Instruments, Infineon, Global Wafers, NXP, XP, prefab, and applied materials. Additionally, Texas is where Apple and Amazon are designing some of their bespoke processors. Arizona leads the way when it comes to new chip investments, with a $40 billion plant from Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Co. and a $20 billion fab from Intel. Texas, meanwhile, comes in second for new investments and has the most fabs overall. What's inside Texas chip-making plants? If you visit Texas for a rare look inside the clean rooms of 3 huge chip fabs, you will get a glimpse of the manufacturing heart of the plant, where workers don special suits to protect the tiny microchips from skin particles and dust. Texas had a lot to offer in terms of water and power. In the past, local legislators have purchased water rights of the adjacent Lake Texoma, one of the nation's largest lakes that loom over the Texas-Oklahoma border. According to the mayor of the city, David Plyer, we have plenty of water, which is the gold currency for cities and economic development right now. Each year, the production of chips uses billions of gallons of water. Not only Texas Instruments, but other businesses also benefit from the location. Global Wafers, a Taiwanese company, is growing in Sherman and has plans to invest $5 billion in building the nation's largest silicon water factory, which makes the raw materials used to make chips. A quarter of the area is still experiencing drought, making businesses exposed to the state's fast-shifting climate. At their new facilities, Texas Instruments and Samsung are both aiming higher for water reuse. Then there are the power needs. Each of Samsung's advanced chip etching EUV lithography machines, which will be used in Taylor, is expected to use roughly 1 megawatt of electricity, which is 10% more than the one it replaces. Texas has a remarkably independent grid that effectively prevents it from obtaining power from other states. During a severe winter storm in 2021, that grid broke, knocking off power to millions of Texans and resulting in at least 57 fatalities. Since Silicon Valley's founding, the price of producing ever smaller transistors has increased, as has the size of the machines and the area needed for manufacture. Texas has a long history of being known for its ample land supply and business-friendly regulations. Only a small number of states do not have an income tax, including Texas. It makes sense why Caterpillar, Charles Schwab, Hewlett-Packard, and Oracle moved their headquarters to Texas in recent years. Add to that sales tax deductions on manufacturing machines and a number of other tax exemptions. One of the largest manufacturers of automotive chips in the world, German company Infineon, has been operating in the United States for 25 years and has a large semiconductor manufacturing facility in Austin. The number of chips in an automotive EV and an automotive in general is drastically increasing, Melissa Herbert, senior manager of Austin site programs at Infineon, remarked. And every vehicle's chip content is rising as a result of increased connectivity and communication both inside and outside the vehicle. To cut a long story short, Texas currently has more semiconductor fabrication factories than any other state, making it the hub of chip manufacturing in the United States. A total of 8,000 new jobs and $61 billion in investment will be generated by 6 new chip projects in Texas. The Texas CHIPS Act, cheap taxes, and accessibility of land all make Texas appealing to chip firms. Samsung is developing a $17 billion fab close to Austin, and Texas Instruments is building a $30 billion facility north of Dallas. Although the state is struggling with issues relating to water, power, and economic downturns, Texas is home to the most chip fabrication facilities in the United States and is where the integrated circuit was developed more than 60 years ago. Did you get the importance of Texas developing as a new chip-making capital of the US? Let us know your thoughts on the subject in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and for more content like this, subscribe to this channel.